Okay, so here we're going to look at plotting points. We use ordered pairs when there's a relationship between two variables. You're most likely familiar with ordered pairs of the form xy. We call what the independent or input variable? Well, that's your horizontal variable, which is x. And then the dependent variable or the output variable is your vertical, which is y. Now we should be fairly familiar with plotting points. Remember that their basic form is xy. So if you want to plot the point A at 3, 5, that means that x is 3 and y is 5. So on your axes, we go to x is 3. So remember 0, 0 is the origin, which is where the number lines kind of start at. Okay, can kind of originate from 0, 0 and then work their way out positive and negative directions. So the point 3, 5 means x is 3, so we go over to 3. And then the y value of 5, we go up to 5. Okay, so right there is point A. Point B, negative 2, 1, means that x is negative 2 and y is 1. So x is negative 2 is right here. Y is 1, we go up 1. So there's your point for B. Okay, so if you take a minute and pause the video, I'll put up what the scatter plot should look like when after you plot all the points. Okay, so pause the video and I'm going to put up the answer key. Okay, so that's what it should look like once you plot and label all the points. Okay, sometimes people have trouble with the 0, 4 or negative 6, 0. Okay, negative 6, 0, that's just saying x is negative 6, y is 0. And that just means that you're on the x-axis because the y value is 0, so you go up 0 from that point. Okay, now question number 2 is determining whether a point is a solution for an equation. So basically saying, does this point work in the equation? And all this is basic substitution. Okay, so if we want to know, is 2, 6 a solution for the equation x plus y equals 8, you're going to substitute 2 for the x value and then 6 for the y. And it's as simple as that. You see if it works. Okay, so if you substitute 2 and 6 in for x and y, you get 8 equals 8. So yes, 2, 6 is a solution for that point. Okay, so go through and substitute the 2, 6 in for x and y to each of these equations and see if it's a solution. Pause the video and I will show you the answers. Okay, so there's the answers for those. You do have to be careful when you have a minus. Some people will miss that. But you have 5 times 2, which is 10, and then minus y, which will be minus 6. Now, if y was a negative number, so let's just say that I said that y was negative 6 up here, then you would have minus negative 6, which would turn into plus 6. So you just got to be careful when you substitute values in. You have to pay careful attention to the signs. Okay, so in number 2, the only one that 2, 6 is not a solution for is the third one. Okay, 5x minus y equals 1. Okay, the last question is very similar to that last one, to number 2. Determine whether the equation contains the following points. So now just kind of the opposite. I give you an equation, and I want you to tell me if the point works in the equation. Okay, so we have different points for the same equation. So you do the same thing. You substitute your x and y values in. Now, one of the most commonly missed questions is when you square a negative number, you end up with a positive. I can't tell you how many students will miss negative 3 squared. They'll say negative 9. But remember, when you substitute a negative value into your calculator and you use your calculator to solve it, make sure you put parentheses around it, or else you're going to miss it. Okay, so that'll be positive 9 and then plus negative 15. Well, when you do that arithmetic, 6 does not equal negative 6. So that point, negative 3, 6, is not on that equation. And then for 214, substitute those values in. Okay, so take a minute and do that, and I'm just going to show the answer. Okay, it turns out that that is a solution for that equation.